everyone, I am here today to bring you my July book haul. I have quite a few books here to show you, but hopefully that will not be the case in future hauls because I think I'm going to start adopting Mercedes' policy from Mercy's Bookish Musings. I'm going to adopt her policy of only buying books that are new releases that you're super excited about and books for buddy reads, because I think that will really help me cut down on my monthly total of books I have acquired, and yeah, it'll be very good for my wallet and very good for the space in my house because I am running out of space for all of these lovely books that I acquire, which is something I'm sure a lot of you can relate to. So yeah, hopefully my future hauls will not be as large as this one, but I do have quite a few books to show you today, so I'm just going to start at the top of the pile and work my way down. So the first thing I have to show you here, oh, wait, no. Before I start showing you these books, I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Jessica. Her channel is Hey Jessie Lynn here on YouTube. She just yesterday actually, posted her first booktube video. She is joining the community, and I am so excited for her and proud of her that she has decided to join the community, and I am very excited to see what she will bring to it. I know she will be a great addition to the community, and I'm so excited to see content from her, and I want all of y'all to go check her out as well because she's awesome. So I will link her channel in the down bar, and you should definitely go check her out. So without further ado, let's get into the books that I have to show you today. The first one at the top of my pile is this little volume here, which is Miss Brill by Katherine Mansfield, which, as I'm sure many of you will recognize, is in the Penguin Little Black Classics editions. And I'm super excited to get into this. I think it contains 3 short stories. Yes, 3 by Katherine Mansfield, who is a pretty popular author. I know that my friend Kirsty from Kirsty on Books really enjoys her writing. I think she's one of her favorite authors, so I'm very excited to give this a try, and I'm very excited that they have some of her stories available in these Little Black Classics editions because I think they're just great ways to dive into the work of an author that you have never read before. It's a nice little introductory piece to pick up that's not a big investment either in time or money. So I really love these, and I'm excited to get to this one. The next thing I have is a little volume as well, and this is one that has been going around BookTube a lot lately, and it is We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, maybe, something like that. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If I did not, I'm so sorry. Please correct me in the comments. And yes, this has been going around BookTube a lot lately, like I said, and I hear that it's a very good introduction to the basics of feminism. So if you haven't read a lot about the subject and you don't know a whole lot about the feminist movement, this is a good introductory piece. I am super excited to start reading some more nonfiction feminist literature, and I think that this will be a great place to start. I've seen that it's gotten a lot of great reviews, and I'm really excited to give this a go and then listen to the TED Talk that it's based on. So I'm very excited about this one as well. Last tiny little volume I have to show you is the Penguin Classics catalog, which goes along with their Penguin Little Black Classics editions. It's in the same type of format as you can see, except it's white instead of black, and it is the definitive list of all of their black Penguin classics, so the ones that have the black spines. I believe this lists every one of those that they publish, so I just wanted to have this in my collection because I figured it would be very handy to go through and mark the ones that I've read or that I want to read in the future or that I own, and I just thought it'd be a good little resource, and plus it's just adorable and it'll look nice sitting on the shelf next to the Penguin Little Black Classics, so I was excited to get this. And then the next thing I have to show you is one that I've actually already read, and it was amazing. I can't wait to talk about it in my wrap-up, although it'll probably just be me gushing about how incredible it is, and that is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane by Kate DeCamillo. If you watched my July wrap-up that I just uploaded, I read Because of Winn-Dixie in July and really enjoyed that, and I've always loved Kate DeCamillo ever since I read The Tale of Despereaux when I was in elementary school, I think. And so yes, I've been wanting to get to more of her works recently, especially because I've been talking to my friend Katie on Goodreads about her, and we both absolutely love her and have been just fangirling over her since we first started talking. And this is, I think it's Katie's favorite out of all of them, and I can definitely see why. I don't want to say it, I don't think it surpassed The Tale of Despero for me, just because that one was the first one I ever read, and there's also, it's amazing, and there's also that nostalgia element with it, because I read that one when I was in elementary school. So, but this is definitely a very close second, or maybe even a tie. It's just absolutely extraordinary, and I'm so excited to talk to Katie about it on Goodreads. I'm sure we'll discuss it in depth, as we do with all of the books that we have read so far that we have both enjoyed, and yes, I'm just in awe of Kate DeCamillo. This one is amazing, and I'll stop talking about it now. I will talk more about it in my wrap-up, but it is about this little China rabbit here named Edward Tulane, and his journey through life and the things that he learns along the way, and it is absolutely wonderful, but I will talk more about it in my wrap-up. I'm going to shut up about it now, but yes, this is that one, and I'm very happy to own it. The next thing I have is The Rental Heart and Other Fairy Tales by Kirsty Logan. This is the first book that Kirsty Logan had published, I believe. It came out before The Grace Keepers, which just came out recently and has been going around BookTube like wildfire, and for very good reason, because it's excellent. And so I read that and loved it, and immediately wanted to read everything else that Kirsty had published, and this was the only thing she had out before The Grace Keepers, I believe, and then she's coming out with another short story collection. This is a short story collection as well. She's coming out with another short story collection called A Portable Shelter, which I believe came out yesterday, and I had it on pre-order by tip from the lovely Jen Campbell, who said that the company who has the rights to that book in hardcover is only going to print 1,000 copies, and then there won't be any more. So if you want the beautiful hardcover, you should pre-order it. So I did that, and it should be coming any day now, and I'm very excited to get to that, as well as this one. It is a very slim little volume. It's only a little over 100 pages, I believe. Yeah, 120 pages or so, and I am super excited to get into this. I know it will be magical, as was The Grace Keepers. And also, I ordered this from the Book Depository, and I got a bookmark, and it's like one of my favorite ones I've ever seen. It's adorable. Look at the little man in the balloon reading books. It's so cute. I just wanted to share that because I thought you might enjoy it. The next two things I have are sort of in a similar vein in content, and the first one is The Hourglass Factory by Lucy Ribchester. This, from what I understand, is a novel that centers very much around the suffrage movement in England in the 1900s, and I am super excited to read more about that. I've been getting more interested in the suffrage movement recently, which you will see in the next book that I have to show you as well. And I was first drawn in by this beautiful cover, as you can see. It's very lovely. I love the spine as well. I'm going to read a little bit of the description on the back to you. I think it will really pull you in, as it did me, so I will read a little bit of it to you. It says, "Meet Ebony Diamond, trapeze artist, tiger tamer, suffragette. Where there is trouble, she is never far away. But now she's the one in trouble, and she's up to her neck in it. Enter Frankie George, tomboy, cub reporter, chippy upstart. She's determined to make her name on the London Evening Gazette if only someone will give her a chance. Then Ebony disappears during a performance at the London Coliseum, and Frankie jumps at the chance to find out what happened. How did Ebony vanish? Who was she afraid of? And what goes on behind the doors of the mysterious Hourglass Factory?" So that just pulled me in. I mean, trapeze artists, suffragettes, male reporters at newspapers, I mean, just all of that sounds super intriguing to me, so I decided to pick this up and see what it was all about. Next book I have to show you is another one that's centers around the suffrage movement, and that is a children's book, Opal Plumstead by Jacqueline Wilson, who is a very famous author from what I understand. I've actually never read anything by her, but she's very popular. And I am super excited to give this a chance as well. This centers around Opal Plumstead here, who I believe goes to work at a candy factory and somehow gets embroiled in the suffrage movement there. And it's just about her adventures from that point on, and I am super excited to get into this. I think it'll be really great. It has really great reviews, and with Jacqueline Wilson being such a popular author, I am sure it will be very well written and very enjoyable. And so I'm hoping to get to this pretty soon. Next thing that I have was also featured in my July wrap-up, and that is Seven Wild Sisters, the companion novel to The Cats of Tanglewood Forest, written by Charles DeLint and illustrated by Charles Vess. I spoke about this in my wrap-up. As I said, I really enjoyed it, and you can hear more of my thoughts about it there. I will link that video down below. Thing I have, oh, my pile fell over. I really need to get a better system for this. But anyway, the next thing I have was also featured in my July wrap-up, and that is This One Summer by Jillian and Mariko Tamaki, who are a cousin team, I believe. One of them writes and the other one does the art, and the art in this is absolutely stunning. It's all done in these purplish hues. It's just beautiful. There's a lot of panels like that, as well as full page illustrations such as this, and let me find another one really quick, and things like this as well. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I spoke about this more in my wrap-up, so you can check out that video if you want to know more of my thoughts. The next two things that I have are also graphic novels, and they are the second and third books in the Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi? Something like that. I'm not sure. That's probably terribly wrong. I'm very sorry if it is. But I read the first book in this series. It's a middle grade fantasy graphic novel series, and I read the first book a couple months back and really enjoyed it, and I finally picked up the second and third book in the series. And the second one being The Stonekeeper's Curse, and the third one being The Cloud Searchers. And the art in these two looks to be just as promising as the first volume was, and I'm super excited to see how this story is going to continue. The next thing I got is, I'm sure no surprise to anyone because it's been going around everywhere, and that is Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee, the companion sequel novel to To Kill a Mockingbird, which I reread in June, I believe, in order to prepare for this. And of course this came out in July, but I wasn't able to get to it that last month, so I want to read it soon though, because I don't want to read it too far from its publication date, just so I can be in the know and maybe contribute to the discussion that's going on about it. This of course has a lot of controversy surrounding it, as I'm sure you're aware of if you've heard anything about it or if you've been following the story of it. And so I'm just kind of going in with, you know, kind of neutral expectations. I mean, I'm excited to read it and see what it's like and form my own opinion, but I have no sort of thoughts that it'll be anywhere near as good as To Kill a Mockingbird, and I just kind of want to read it because I just want to know. I'm just curious. I just want to know what it's like and form my own opinions, and other than that, I'm not really looking for much out of it. So if I enjoy it, that'll be good. If I don't so much, that's okay. I just want to read it for the experience and knowledge of it. So hopefully I will get to that this month or next month, sometime soon. And then the next thing that I got was a very anticipated purchase for me. I've been wanting this for a very long time, and I was inspired to finally pick it up again by my friend Katie that I've been talking to on Goodreads. You will hear her name a lot on my channel. I'm sure it will become a staple because I absolutely love her, and we are just reading besties. One of our big bonding things, as I told you before, was Kate DeCamelo and her books and just middle grade fiction in general. But another one is that we are both obsessed with fairies and books about fairies, whether that be fiction or non-fiction, and we've been discussing that a lot lately too. And of course, if you're at all interested in fairies, you probably know the name Brian Froud. He is kind of the modern father of fairy lore, and he has published many books on the subject, including the first one that I believe that he published, which was Fairies. Aptly named, I know. And so this is the 25th anniversary edition. I purchased it on Abe Books for a very cheap price, and it's in very good condition other than a few jacket creases, wrinkles up here. It's in very good condition, and I am super excited to flick through this and just be entranced by the majesty of Brian's art and his words about fairies. There's a little bit of the artwork there. I'll show you, ooh, here's a big portrait. And yeah, I'm super excited to flip through this and learn more about the Fae in general. And yes, I am super excited and interested to dive into this soon. Next things I have to show you are all picture books, and the first two I mentioned in my July wrap-up as well, so you can listen to me talk more in depth about them there if you are interested. And the first one of those is Instructions by Neil Gaiman, and again illustrated by Charles Vess. I really enjoyed this one when I read it last month, so you can go check out my wrap-up if you want to hear more. And the next one that I also read last month, and you can hear about in my wrap-up, is A Sick Day for Amos McGee, which I absolutely loved, and Katie also loves. And yeah, so we've been talking about this, and yes, it was fabulous. As you can see, it got the Caldecott medal here, so obviously the art is gorgeous, and the story is just as gorgeous as well, so I would definitely recommend this if you're interested at all in picture books. The last few things I have to show you are picture books as well, and they were a total surprise to me because my lovely mother gave them to me. She's a teacher and she had some surplus books that she didn't need, so she asked if I wanted them, and of course I said yes. And those are The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss, Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss, Curious George Visits the Zoo by Margaret and H.A. Rays, an illustrated copy of Aesop's Fables, and perhaps my favorite one, The Velveteen Rabbit, by the classic edition, by Marjorie Williams Bianco, and illustrated by Charles Santori. So yes, I am super excited to have these in my collection, as I am about all of these books. That is all I have to show you for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought of them in the comments down below, or if any of them look interesting to you and you want to pick them up. If you have any more questions, if you'd like to know anything more about them, definitely leave me a comment, and I would love to chat with y'all about anything you have to say about these books or any books in general. Let's just talk about books. Definitely go check out my friend Jessica, her new booktube channel. I will leave a link down below. She's awesome. You should definitely go check her out and give her some support. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.